Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to continue with the NCT individual readings. The thing is that if I sound different is because my old mic was not working. So my sister had to kind of like step in and was like, use this. It's a whole different setup for me right now. Not for you guys. For you guys it looks the same. So yeah, but if I sound different, that's probably why. I'm not sick or anything, but yeah. Now my sister was like, now is your moment to rant. So I'm going to record like a batch of videos for this week. And the first one coming up, of course, is Taeil, since it's coming out today, Monday. Hopefully, we never know what happens. And I have everything that I can ready. So his thumbnail is ready to go. All I need to do is to record. I even had the cards and the setup ready. And for whatever reason, the microphone was just not working. My laptop was just like, you have a microphone on? LOL. It was like, I don't see nothing. I don't feel nothing. And now we have this whole new setup that took over an hour to put together and test. I was ready to just be like, I'm gonna call it quits and let's just go to sleep. But here we are. Maybe Taeil didn't like my other setup. Maybe he was like, I don't want your crusty ass microphone. Put a new one. I have no clue. We'll see why he's so hesitant with his reading. Like the energy is kind of like I don't want my reading right now. I'm not necessarily mad, but I am kind of annoyed with all the hiccups that I had to go through to get this reading started in the first place. Anyway, for this video, for those of you that don't know how my individual readings work, we're gonna check 4 different sections for, in this case, Taeil's life, I guess. We have his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that come through. And with that said, let's just start and jump in to his career. His current energy. So, how is he doing right now? We have the King of Wands reversed, the 5 of Wands upright, the Ace of Swords reversed, and the 4 of Cups reversed. So it seems like right now he's going through quite a rough patch. I don't think it's necessarily anything too crazy in the sense of we don't have that many Major Arcanas. We have a court card with the King of Wands, which in this case it's Leo energy. And then here we have the 5 of Wands, so it feels like he's fighting, arguing, maybe even talking to other people. And those fights are because it's weird, right? Because I don't really know Taeil, so you guys tell me. But it seems like there's a lot of ego battles right now. With the King of Wands reverse, it kind of shows me that we're talking like currently he's in an energy where he doesn't feel that confident. He doesn't feel like he's given the credit that he feels he deserves. He feels put to the side. But I don't know if life is like, if people surrounding him are putting like outcasting him to the side, or if that's just himself and his lack of confidence that just kind of causes him to not be able to move forward and put himself under the spotlight. But that plus not having good communication and having issues with talking to other people or putting his thoughts into speech or his ideas, organizing them for something to be said. I think it's causing a lot of misunderstandings, and those things are causing fights with this 5 of Wands. I think it's very clear. I think currently he's in an energy where he's just not satisfied with where he's at right now. We have the 4 of Cups reverse. Usually upright, we're talking about someone that's kind of bored, someone that is not seeing what life has to offer. So with it being reversed, I do feel that he kind of knows there's something better out there for him, but I don't think he has the courage to do it, or maybe he feels too stressed that he can't relax the way that he would have loved. And because of that, he's not able to see the new opportunity life has to offer him. Like there's something, like how should I put it? This card seems a little bit more to the side in comparison to this other cards. Like this 3, I can definitely see how they're working together. Like it definitely feels like there's misunderstandings going on in his current energy. There's also this vibes that he can't think clearly right now. Like there's something bothering him a lot. And this King of Wands reverse kind of shows that he doesn't feel too optimistic about his situation. He doesn't feel motivated to take action. He doesn't feel like he's the leader in his own life, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't feel like he has control. He feels like he just has to go with the flow of other people, and that's creating a lot of conflict. And there might be a lot of fights around him, and he's not happy with it. Um, but yeah, with that Ace of Swords reverse, I do feel like he's having a lot of struggles with all year long. He has had a lot of troubles with his ideas, his thoughts, or just being able to communicate properly. Like maybe he's not even understanding other people. Like they say things and he's just like, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? What do you mean? So yeah, there's a lot of conflicts because of misunderstanding and ego deaths. I don't know why ego deaths was a problem. Not the problem, but the word that came to my mind. I guess there's a lot of fights of like who's better or who's done it worse, or I think there's a lot of arguments in his environment right now. Now it could be in his environment because of this Five of Wands, but also it could be internal issues that he has currently, where he feels like he's just not where he wants to be in life, and that Ace of Swords reverse could be like he doesn't have proper communication with himself right now, and because of that, that's creating a lot of tension and conflict in his environment because of his internal issues, if that makes sense. But all I'm saying is he's not doing okay right now. That's all I'm trying to get at. So now let's actually go into his current energy. Oh my god, now I messed this up. Now let's go into his career. When I was doing his current energy, I said career. And now that we're doing his career, I said current energy. So I don't know what's going on. Let's see. What's going on with Taeil's career? We have serendipity with merge with the flow. So definitely things are not going the way that he would like to. And we have Neptune. Oof. Not oof in a bad way, but oof in a tough way. So I guess it could be kind of bad. So with serendipity and Neptune, it feels like right now life is encouraging Taeil to just daydream in his career. Like just imagine how he would like things to be. Just be happy with how things could be. Just try to imagine the type of career he would like in order to slowly manifest it into a reality. With Neptune, there's this sense of being included in his community. There is a sense of daydreaming and hoping and imagining. There is a sense of mystery as well. So I do feel that things are not being revealed to him yet. So if there's something that he wants to do in his career, it's not super clear right now. It's not set on stone as well. Like the energy is just flowing around. Nothing has been, it's not concrete and tangible enough for him to be able to pursue in taking action or planning for it even. I feel that maybe he doesn't even know what path he wants to take, and because of that, life is encouraging Taeil right now for his career to just imagine what he wants and just have fun and just enjoy it. And with that, he will be able to find the path that is best for him, because right now it feels like he hasn't made a decision on what he wants to do or what path he wants to take and go for, and because of that, there's no, I guess, laid out plan on what he can do, because he still has to figure out what he wants in the first place. So with the merge with the flow and Neptune, both of these cards make me think of like a very strong Pisces energy, and Pisces are, it's a water mutable sign, meaning that it's going with the flow. It's very big and important to the definition of Pisces, right? But in this case, it will be like just allowing your emotions to take you, ride the waves that come your way, just kind of go with the flow and just see where it takes you. So I do feel that in this case, Taeil's best advice for his career is to just kind of allow things to happen. If there's something that he wants to do, he can definitely go for it, but he doesn't have to force it. So if for whatever reason there's a lot of obstacles going on the way, he doesn't as long as he doesn't stress over it, he can continue moving forward, right? So if he wants to, I don't know, don't take my word for it, but if all of a sudden he wants to act and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind acting, and then an opportunity kind of comes his way and it's like a web drama where he can be like a silly little person, and he's like, sure, I'll do it, and then he does it and he has fun and he just enjoyed it. And maybe he doesn't become an actor per se, but he could encounter other people that have different hobbies and different interests that slowly open up his mind and broaden his horizons to other things he can do and other opportunities he could take, and also networking with people that could take him down the path that he will eventually actually be motivated and to take, if that makes sense. So with him just having fun and enjoying himself, he will just find the right people and eventually find the path that best fits for him. So let's get a little more details on his career. Okay, well, those are quite a lot, so I'm just gonna take the one that was on the bottom, which is the devil. I kind of want to. Okay, let's just take all of them. I want to take all of them because I'm kind of curious. So the first card that came out is the Tower reverse. So he's maybe, it's funny in the sense of like I do feel that his Tower moment or like upon something, whatever his stability is crumbling down. Like it is going to crumble down. And that's just like whatever his normal is right now is just going to fall apart. But he's resisting that change because the only way he can ride that wave is just by allowing himself to quote unquote do nothing, right? Do nothing that he thinks he should do for his career. It's kind of like he may feel like he's going against the current, but it's like go with the flow. Like if there's nothing that's motivating him right now, it's like okay, that's fine. Then just kind of live your life and just survive day by day, and eventually an opportunity will present itself. I do feel that that's like the Tower moment he's resisting. He's resisting the doing nothing type of wave, if that makes sense. But that's kind of where he feels like he's doing nothing, but something is happening. It's just not in his control, I guess. Again, he's not happy with being out of control right now. So then we have the devil. So he's under the illusion that maybe he's not. Okay, usually when I see the devil, I think of someone that sets their expectations based on the foundation that society has formed for them. So in this case, he's under the illusion that he has to follow what other people tell him to do, or he's under the illusion that the expectations society has is the ones that he should follow. And underneath it, we have death. So I do feel that life is really, really encouraging. Now, I want to mention these are all Major Arcana, so this is big for him. But when we have death and the devil right next to each other, it definitely feels like he needs to let go of those ideas that do not work for him. So whatever expectations or cultural expectations as well, societal expectations or anything else in his environment that is influencing him, but it's not something he desires, he needs to get rid of it. Because he's going to have this rebirth moment, and that rebirth is going to be caused by the fact that he will finally figure out, okay, that's not what I want to do. That's what others want me to do and expect me to do, but that's not me. So let me do something else. And I feel that that's kind of where he's going at in his career right now. And that's the type of moment he's going to reach after he stops resisting this Tower moment. So I do feel that the Tower moment in this case shows that he has already had the epiphany that he's not content with his life. He just hasn't gone through, he hasn't ride that wave that kind of tells him, okay, if you're not happy with it, how can we change it? How can we fix it? Type of thing. But yeah, the best thing he can do right now is just allow things to happen. Because I feel by doing that as well, he will slowly realize what are the things that he wants and what are the things that were put on him, if that makes sense. Like what expectations were brought on him and what are actually his expectations and goals in life. So with this death card, it definitely feels like he will reach enlightenment and he'll have this rebirth moment in his career where he will finally kind of walk away from this devil energy and walk into a place where he feels like he's finally being himself and finally doing what he wants to do, and in a way being a little bit more in control of his situation. Now the other cards that came up were the Five of Cups. So he feels pretty pessimistic about his situation. He feels a little bit lost. He feels he's only focusing on the things that don't work for him. He's looking at the things that he's not content with, and yeah, when he looks at himself, all he sees is the things that have not worked out for him, and he's not content. Right here we have the Justice card reverse. So this tells me that he feels like his life is unfair. He feels like, why me? Why are things happening to me? Why are things not going my way? I think it's very simple in the sense of he kind of just has to do some shadow work in this case. For his career, he just needs to figure out what it is that he truly wants, what it is that he doesn't want, and of course go with that Tower moment. If there's a lot of tension and conflict because there's something that he has to let go of, and he does one of two things: he doesn't want to see it, or he is just too afraid to let it go. And that's why he's still having issues, and that's why he still feels out of control, and he feels trapped, and he's under the illusion that things that he can't move forward or something along those lines. Now the other card that we have next to Justice reverse is the Ten of Swords reverse. So funnily enough, this both have imagery of reflection, right? But with the Five of Cups, she's looking at her reflection in such a way that tells me that Taeil is aware that he's just not happy. He's not content with his career right now. But with the Ten of Swords reverse, it kind of shows me that he's overthinking something. He's very stressed about something in his career, and he does not want to face the truth about it. So this Justice card being right next to this Ten of Swords reverse tells me that he just doesn't want to see the reality of something, which now that I think about it, goes very well with this Neptune card, because Neptune can be about someone that's daydreaming so much or is in their imagination so much that they become blind to reality and to the truth of things. Because also, Neptune talks about the unknown and mystery in lives. So because of that, it can create a lot of confusion and not being able to see things clearly. And in this case, it could also show that in Taeil's career, he's just not able to see the truth and the reality that he's living in, and one where it's like he's unhappy because of other people's expectations and what he feels he should do in life. And also, he's not happy because he feels like he should be in a certain point in his life that he hasn't reached, but that's because he's comparing himself to what other people are expecting of him and the timing of it, and he's just stressing himself over it when there's no need, because he's living his own life, going at his own pace and his own timing. So things will come to him in the time that they have to come to him. But I do feel that it will be harder for him to achieve those things if he's technically looking in the wrong direction. And in this case, the wrong direction is to do what he believes other people, if he continues doing what other people want him to do, basically. Now let's jump into his love life. What's going on with Taeil's love life? Wait. Oh crap. I guess he has a lot to say. Leo. I'm not surprised Leo is here. He really needs a confident boost of sorts. So we have Epiphany with reveal your gifts. So life really is encouraging him to just do what he likes, do what he enjoys. And also there's a lot of yellow, which makes me think of the solar plexus, which talks about confidence, optimism, and creativity. It's the chakra that kind of fuels that side of ourselves. Now the other card that we have here is liberation with free yourself. So yeah, life really is encouraging him to do just what he likes, what he enjoys, and just be himself, just be free. And then we have flash over with it's all in your head. So remember how I mentioned the devil earlier? Life is definitely telling him that the only way that I knew, based on the previous cards that we got, I knew that his love life was not going to be romantic. It was going to be about self-improvement, confidence, and love and stuff like that. You know, self-love, self-care, and improvement. I figured that his reading was going to be about that. So yeah, with the Epiphany, liberation, and flashover, it definitely feels like it's talking about what we saw earlier. He feels out of control. He's lacking the confidence. He's lacking the ability to just dream again. And that's because he's overthinking, in the sense of like whatever environment he's in and the expectations and the words that other people are saying, it has reached his mind and his head, and it's kind of clouding his judgment of his own life. And now he is basing his success and failures based on other people's expectations, based on other people's words, if that makes sense. What other people tell him, like, oh, you did very well, or you did bad, instead of measuring that based on his own rules, I guess. He's doing it based on what other people are telling him. And because of that, he doesn't feel free. He feels trapped because he's giving too much power to other people in that sense, right? He's giving too much importance and too much weight to what other people say, to what other people think of him. And because of that, he doesn't feel free. And with a free yourself card, it's kind of like he needs to embrace himself a bit more. He needs to just accept his own thoughts and his own ideas instead of what other people say. He needs to just accept his own way of seeing life a bit more. You know, with Leo, we have a sign that kind of is their own protagonist. They're the center of their world. You know, they're the center of the universe. The world revolves around them. Leo is the energy of, you know, living the protagonist type of life, right? So in this case, in his love life, his spiritual team is encouraging him to actually move forward and believe that he's a protagonist of his own life, because he is, right? He's seen his life from his own point of view and his own perspective. Leo is a very generous card, even though it's a very self-centered energy as well. So what I mean here is like, I'm not necessarily meaning that TL needs to go down this path where he's like, I don't give a shit about anyone. But at the same time, he, with balance, right? He should also have that mentality and just be like, I don't care what people think and what people say. I'm just gonna do what makes me happy and what brings me joy and freedom and some sort of independence. I do feel like he needs to bring independence to just do what he wants to do. And just enjoy life. I do feel like he's not having fun because he's working so hard on pleasing other people and fulfilling other goals and other accomplishments and other people's expectations on him. Like those things that he's experiencing in his career are in the forefront in his current energy. That's why I feel I was confusing them. When I was trying to do his current energy, I was saying career. When I went to do his career, I was saying current energy, because those energies are pretty close right now, right? Right now, all the things that he's feeling are because of his career. But yeah, with it's all in your head, I really feel like he's overthinking something. I mean, when we have the devil, it is the energy of like, I do compare the devil energy similar to the Eight of Swords, which is like, it's all in your head. That the thing of feeling trapped is not. Sometimes we are trapped by the untangible things of life. So again, expectations, goals, timing, all of those things can be things that are holding us back, but nothing is like physically tying us back, right? So yeah, with this Leo energy, it definitely feels like he needs to work on his confidence. He really needs to work on respecting himself and putting himself first. He has a lot to say. So we have the Princess of Cups reverse. So this is the energy of someone coming in and bringing, like, pouring their heart to somebody else. This is technically the Knight of Cups type of energy. Again, Pisces energy. So I do feel that there's this sense of like, he needs to stop focusing on giving too much of himself to other people, and also he needs to give up the idea that someone else is going to bring him what he's missing within himself, because what he's missing is freedom. He's missing confidence, and all of those things are stuff that he's going to find within himself. Like, yeah, somebody else can come in and help him notice that he already has it in him, and maybe encourage him and support him so he knows that it's, all the answers are within him, but somebody else cannot fill that void that he has within himself, if that makes sense. So I do feel that this this Princess of Cups is kind of saying, like, don't really expect somebody to just fix you up, if that makes sense. He kind of has to do that himself. Somebody else can be there to guide him and support him and be there for him, but at the end of the day, it's his choice, right? It is his life. So in a way, just, it's in his control to walk away from the situation that doesn't make him happy. Just as much as it's in his control to heal himself and put himself first. It's in his power. He's not as powerless as he thinks he is. Now we have the Ten of Wands reversed. So there's still responsibilities and burdens that he will feel and that he will have to encounter, but he needs to slowly enjoy life a bit more. He doesn't need to feel like he's in a tightrope walking and surviving. Like, he can do better. He just needs to, like, take things one step at a time and slowly get rid of the baggage and the unnecessary clutter in his environment. Next, we have the Hanged Woman, which in this case is Neptune energy again. So life really wants him to just put himself in a position where he sees things differently. Like, he is already free. He's already confident. He's already powerful. He's already in control of his life. He just needs to believe in himself and then go down that road and down that path. He needs to give himself enough self-respect to finally be able to see, okay, so this is what was holding me back. And just like I gave other people that power to do as they wish with me, I can take that power back and then do as I wish for myself. That type of energy. And the last card that we have right here is the Five of Swords reversed. So it definitely feels like, usually upright, the Five of Swords talks about someone that tries to win at all costs. It's like you have a fight with somebody else, and this is someone that will do everything to win. But with this card reversed, it definitely feels like Taeil needs to bring himself together, put his little ducks in a line, and be like, okay, what is not working for me, and why are these things happening? Why are the cycles going around and around? Why do they keep happening? What's causing them to just continue and not being able to end, right? So I do feel that in this case, life is really encouraging him to organize himself and start seeing the truth of and the reality that he's living in. Is like he has the power to walk away from this situation. He has the power to bring himself freedom. Now let's go into his healing messages. Let's say what messages are coming through for Taeil. What does he need to hear? Let's see. So we have the chameleon spirit with act as if. So yeah, this kind of feels like fake it till you make it. You know, Life and his spiritual team is telling Taeil right now, what you need to do is just believe that you're confident, believe that you're on top of the world, believe that you're the protagonist, that everything's just gonna go your way. You just believe in that energy, and slowly you will become that person that just does as they wish and just lives the life that they want to live. So with the chameleon spirit, it definitely feels like life is just telling him, just see life as a play and play whichever role you want. And then eventually you will become that person. The next card that we have here is Hummingbird Spirit with Be Here Now. So life wants him to focus not on what didn't work before, so the past, and they don't want him to focus either on what could be with the future. They want him to focus on his present and what can he do now to start to take that little step towards a change into his future, right? What can he do now? What can he focus on right now to make things better? I think the best thing, the hardest but still the most accessible thing he can do right now is change his mentality and his perspective and his point of view. Like, he needs to put himself in a position where he can see things differently. He needs to think outside the box and see things from a completely different perspective. So the hummingbird, it definitely feels like he needs to just focus on his present moment, and he will feel a lot more empowered if he sees what he can do right now. Instead of thinking, oh, I can only do that only if this other thing happens. It's like, no. What can you actually... Okay, if you have to wait for something else to cause that, what can you work on right now? One last card for his healing messages. My hands are hurting, actually, from shuffling. So we have the Whale Spirit reverse with Trust the Greater Mystery. So with this card reverse, it definitely feels like Taeil is a little bit down. He's a little bit sad and upset because things are not working his way. With the Whale Spirit reverse, it kind of feels like he doesn't have all the answers right now as to how things are going to turn out in the future. That's why life doesn't want him to focus too much on that. But it definitely feels like life is telling him to at least work on his present moment, because that's where the answers lie. They can't tell him where he's gonna end up because he doesn't even know what he wants out of life and where he wants to go and where, like which journey he wants to go on. But he will definitely find that answer the moment he clears up a little bit of the baggage that he's dealing with, getting rid of other people's expectations that are holding him down and bringing him down, holding him back and bringing him down. That's kind of what I wanted to say. And with that, he will slowly be able to see things in a more... it will be clearer for him, because now he will be embracing what he wants to do. And then the mystery will not necessarily be, will things get better? It will be more like he will not mind what path he ends up in, because he has a full confidence that he's just doing what he is happy with and what he's content with. So whatever he ends up with, he can trust that is exactly where he has to be, and it will make him very happy because he's just going down his path doing what he likes anyway. So in that case, is like he doesn't need to know where he's headed or where he's gonna end up. He just needs to work on his present moment to just get rid of the things holding him back. And if each day he's living his best life, doing what makes him the happiest, or working towards being confident and doing what he wants to do, then he will definitely end up in the best place possible, because he's slowly making his way towards it. I think that's what the Whale Spirit is saying here. But I'll leave that there. I hope you guys like this reading. I don't really know how the sound will be for this video. My editor monkey was like, you know what, just go for it, just record this video and we'll see in the editing phase how it turns up. So, fingers crossed this one came out nicely. Let's hope it came out well as well. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing for my part to you. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.